newest teams in the NHL meet to open a 2-game series at Climate Pledge Arena as Vegas makes their first ever trip here to the city of Seattle. Hello once again, Brendan Burke alongside Darren Peng. Jennifer Pontrell downstairs with us as well. Penger, 14 games to go for Vegas. They're in real danger of not making the playoffs.
Yeah, they are, but a great come-from-behind win against the Chicago Blackhawks, and they're trying to put things together. They're getting some bodies that are a little bit more healthy on the back end. 1 point behind the Stars, 3 points behind Edmonton right now.
And they'll rely on Jack Eichel. He had a big goal on Saturday in their comeback win. But for Seattle, they always do a great job in the atmosphere here at Climate Pledge Arena. And for Seattle, they'll rely on newly acquired Daniel Sprong. 3 goals in his first 3 games since coming over to Seattle.
Seattle traded away 6 players off their roster at the deadline, but here they are. They've won 3 of their last 4. Jonathan Marchessault getting his helmet worked over on the Vegas bench. For Vegas, health has been a major concern for them all season. But Penger, some good news tonight for Vegas. Brayden McNabb returns for them.
Yeah, McNabb and obviously Martinez as well. So the back end getting a little bit stronger. They're going to dress 7D and 11 forwards for this game. Dylan Cochrane will be in the lineup as well.
Our Navy Federal Credit Union on the ice as we are underway. Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. As this one rolls to the front and it's kicked away by Logan Thompson. Welcome to the hockey game, 15 seconds in.
Yeah, great chance from the left-handed Donato there, and he just tried to sweep it in on the far side. Yeah, you're right. Good save to start this game.
Marchessault will toss this one off to the corner, and then a chance for William Karlsson, blocked by Larson. Taken by Dunn, looking for a way out as the Kraken move ahead. Donato, center ice and in. Vegas will go reset behind the net of Logan Thompson, the 25-year-old who had no NHL experience prior to this season.
You guys of Seattle coming to the bench. Eberle's just saying, oh, as he comes to the bench, they wanted that chance on the first shift.
Well, they know too that, I mean, Vegas started so slow in their last game against the Chicago Blackhawks, down 3-0 in that game before storming an unbelievable comeback. But you know that if you can get Vegas on their heels, more pressure on Vegas than there is on Seattle, and that is a fact. A lot of pressure on Vegas to climb up the board and get into the playoff spot.
Vegas down 3-0 in their last game to start the third period, but that was on Saturday. They've had a chance to take a breath since then. They got it tied at 3, had it tied again at 4, won it in overtime on the goal from Evgeny Dodonov. Will Borgen settles it at the blue line, snaps one to the net with a tip and a save and a rebound that goes wide. Yanni Gourde was in front, Carson Kuhlman was in front, and Seattle threatening again.
Well, Logan Thompson's got some good legs down low, and again, if he didn't get that right toe on it too, Brendan, it was awfully close. So 2 good reaction plays on the butterfly.
Spun around by Ben Hutton. Janmark had it go through him. Larson coming to collect it for the Kraken. Dunn tried to get rid of it in a hurry, misfired. And then in come the Vegas Golden Knights, making that a tough play. McCann behind his back for Morgan Geekie. Up ice with Cole Lind. Lind to the trailing Larson. Saved by Thompson. And the rebound cleaned up in front by Martinez.
Boy, that's a clean odd man break against it. Boy, did the Vegas Golden Knights give up a few of them against the Chicago Blackhawks in that game. They have got to get that backside pressure going to the middle of the ice. Another good save by the goaltender Logan Thompson. And here's the play off the half boards. That's the first play right there with Donato, and that goes off the right pad. Good pressure here by Seattle. Backhand play right there by Yanni Gourde, and that did glance off the right toe. And here's that odd man break, and Larson is wide open in the high slot.
And a great drive by Geekie to the net to create that opening for Larson on that last chance.
We'll give Seattle a lot of credit. They're prepared. They're starting this game on time here.
Off the draw, Jamie Oleksiak ripped it wide, and a chance at the side of the net for Daniel Sprong. Denied by Thompson. Seattle keeps it in. Oleksiak able to wrestle it down for Sprong. Couldn't tap it to the front for Riley Sheahan. Taken by Keaton Colasar on the far boards. Carson Soucy stepped up on Colasar. They give him the red line and a dump in and a change for Vegas. Oleksiak bangs it ahead looking for Sprong. Jennifer mentioned it, Daniel Sprong has played 3 games with the Kraken. He has scored in each one of them since coming over in the trade from Washington in the Marcus Johansson deal.
Well, let's focus in here on Logan Thompson. He's a Calgary, Alberta native, but he ended up playing in the Western Hockey League with Brandon. And there is Chris Drieger starting it off in goal for Seattle. Last 5 starts. In 3 of those 5 starts for Drieger, he's allowed 4 or more goals against.
Here's a steal off the faceoff, and Sprong curling and looking. Riley Sheehan spinning, and that one dislodged from him. Jack Eichel ran right into his teammate Jake Leschyshyn. And this rolling puck will come deep into the zone of the Kraken. Logan Thompson, the third-string goalie for the Vegas Golden Knights. Robin Lehner still on the shelf as Coghlan duffed the shot and winds up wide. And a penalty coming here against Seattle. Jonas Ronbjorg was cross-checked down to the ice by Adam Larsson. And Vegas will have a power play here.
Seattle number 6, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
First time in this game that Vegas has it in the offensive zone, and it's whiffed on by the defenseman Coghlan, but puck comes off the boards, and here's the extended cross-check there by Larsson. Not a whole lot there as he takes his man from going to the net. And you know that Seattle is going to protect that front of the net. You know what happened in that series against Los Angeles where their head coach Dave Hackstall wasn't happy with the first game and not enough response to action that's going around the crease and defending your own goaltender. Much better in the second one.
Off the face-off, it is Carson Kuhlman with the clear. And Vegas will get the power play established in their own end. 19.1%, 34 power play goals on the season for Vegas. Can't get it across center ice. 3 for 12 in their last 4 games. As this is picked up by Dadonov. Going on high for Theodore. Theodore into the circle. Chandler Stevenson looked off a pass, comes back to him, right to the front, tip by Dadonov, blocked by Oleksiak, and cleared.
That's a nice set play right there, and a good save by Drieger. Had to get those pads flush against the ice on that redirection by the hottest sniper, Dadonov.
Seattle penalty kill's been struggling lately. They've looked sharp so far, but the PK has given up at least 1 power play goal in 5 straight games. 6 goals allowed last 13 times shorthanded. Marchessault beaten to that puck, and it's shot down by Borgen.
And a nice stick by Gordon in the neutral zone just to interrupt the play a little bit when Eichel had the puck.
Yeah, good neutral zone positioning there, Jennifer. Not allowing Vegas to get in.
Janmark for Karlsson. He was flying, and a good stick by Oleksiak wouldn't let him through.
Vegas maybe just a little reluctant just to chip it by and go chase it down.
Alex Pietrangelo from his own end with 30 seconds left on the Adam Larsson cross-checking penalty. Coghlan moved it to Karlsson. Bouncing puck. Coghlan, right side Pietrangelo. Cross-corner dump in towards Karlsson. William Karlsson run off the puck. Janmark is there. Waugh is there. Wenberg pulled it off the boards, and here's Donskoy with Pietrangelo hustling back. Donskoy from the right circle will put it on net. Stopped by Thompson. Keeps the play moving. Larsson coming out of the box as the puck is stolen to the blue line, and Seattle killed it off, only allowing 1 shot during that Vegas power play.
Yeah, and had one of their own.
Matteo slips it behind Chris Drieger. Jammed to the side of the net, rolled to the front, stick came up on Larsson. Or excuse me, that's McCann, who took one of the chops. He iced the puck. I think they're saying it was a follow-through. Perhaps the reason they didn't call a penalty.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Well, there's Evgeny Dadonov, who is back, I guess you could say, with the Golden Knights. His trade voided. He has scored in back-to-back games, including an overtime game winner. Since his trade to Anaheim was voided, here's what Pete DeBoer had to say. It's the great thing about him. If somebody can handle this situation, it's him. Even killed, nothing seems to bother. It's a unique situation.
Oh, I would guess so. And one that's obviously been addressed at the general manager's meetings. I would expect that the NHLPA will take part in a little bit more of that with Central Registry. But nonetheless, nobody wants to be embarrassed by the situation. I don't think anybody was genuinely at fault in the whole thing.
There's Borgen with a shot, tried to go short side, shrugged off by Thompson.
Just wasn't a good look around the entire league when something like that does happen.
Again, Dadonov traded to Anaheim only to discover that he had a no-trade clause in his contract that listed Anaheim on the team he could not be traded to, so it was voided. He had to come back to Vegas. And I guess they're happy he's here. He's been a main contributor offensively for a team that has a lot of their big guns missing.
Last 6 games, he's got 6 goals and 15 points.
This one rocketed wide off the back glass.
Well, he's a good player. I mean, that's why they signed him, or made the deal, excuse me, from Ottawa. Where when he was traded, he didn't have a... That wasn't one of the teams that was in part of his no trade.
Right.
I wonder how many other teams that Kelly McCrimmon, the general manager, offered up or tried to make a deal with Dadonov, and whether or not those teams were on a list as it was, could have happened to many teams.
Yep.
It's certainly a credit to him that to not allow that to be a distraction. I mean, to come back, to not only have a sense of determination and resolve, right?
Yeah.
To not let it interfere with how you're going to play and come back and be maybe even stronger.
Tonight he's playing in his 400th game in the National Hockey League. Goes in 4 straight, 2 before, 2 after. He missed 2 games during that ordeal. Puck loose, Carlson nudged it ahead for Stevenson, and he just couldn't hang on to it. Cut off by Susie. Yanni Gord trying to bring it through the middles. Stevenson got a piece of it. There's Dadonov with a pass out for Hutton. Hutton lays it down. Waiting with it, Carlson. Petrangelo lets it fly, and off the right arm of Drieger. Settled down at the line by Hutton. Able to keep it alive in the Vegas offensive end.
That's a heavy shot by the right-handed Petrangelo. He got that right. He's got a big fat blade right there and a pretty good curve in the middle of the blade, and he got a lot on it.
Marchessault right on as Vegas trying to catch Seattle in a change. 6 of the first 7 shots of the game went to Seattle, but a couple of flurries there for the Vegas Golden Knights, making their first ever trip to Climate Pledge Arena. Keep this Vegas Golden Knights playoff hopes alive, but he is somewhat of an unlikely hero for Vegas considering where he's come from.
These are the great stories, and he was clearly not anointed anything. He was never handed anything, and played at Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario, following a 4-year WHL career, mostly with the Brandon Wheat Kings. An unlikely road, cut by Adirondack in the East Coast Hockey League, went to Carolina with the Stingrays, made it there, rookie camp at Vegas, signed with Vegas, went to the American Hockey League, was the goaltender of the year in the American Hockey League, and Robin Leonard looks over. He's backing up for tonight's game, obviously, but it is a great story of perseverance, of motivation. I talked to him today about all those things, and he would say the same thing that anybody would say, spending that much time, not unlike a play-by-play guy that spent a lot of time trying to fight his way to the NHL. Brennan, you're one of them.
Yeah.
And appreciates where he's at right now for sure.
Marchessault with a shot that was blocked in front, picked up by William Karlsson. And a remarkable rise from ECHL South Carolina just a couple of seasons ago to AHL Goalie of the Year, to proving that he can play in the National Hockey League with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, and with every puck that comes his way, he's not going to quit. There's going to be lots of game, and then he's doing a great job for Vegas right now when they need a goaltender most.
And guys, even in warm-up, you could tell he's focused, but he was still enjoying the atmosphere. Like even the tunes on when he was sitting and stretching in warm-up, he's sort of soaking it all up at the same time while remaining focused on his play.
Not an easy
We've got a fight here in center ice. Keegan Colasar, Jamie Oleksiak dropped the gloves and squared off. Big boy bout between Colasar and Oleksiak. Short lefts by Colasar. Oleksiak can't do much to wrap him up. Trying to respond with a few of his own. The 6'7" Jamie Oleksiak got popped with one from Colasar.
Yeah, Colasar's 6'2", 217 pounds. He's a tough cookie as well.
And a long one. 9th fight of the season for Keegan Colasar as he goes down with Oleksiak.
Ooh, that's a good belt right there, no doubt about that. And behind the play, Oleksiak and Keegan Colasar had some words. As the play looked like he was going up the right side by the penalty box, it got pulled back, and they were having words at that particular point. Then the play continued on towards Drieger. And as we take a look at 55 and 24 right here, now they're having words. Now right at the blue line, here go the mitts. The play's going back, and Waugh and Susie were back behind the net, and everybody's looking on now. First part, Colasar trying to get that left hand in there, trying to get the sweater, trying to get a little leverage. Right on the left side of the ear, right off the helmet.
4th fight of the season for Jamie Oleksiak. Mentioned 9th for Keegan Colasar. No extra penalties, 5 minutes for fighting for those two willing combatants. Look out, this one into the bench and just missed Pete DeBoer. That's exactly what they need, right? Puck into the bench towards their head coach.
Stay sharp.
The NHL on TNT is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. It's not too late to sign up. Just place a $1 bet on any NHL game, and if your team wins, you win $150. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code SKATE. This one shot in by Borgen, and around it comes. Vegas will settle it down. Our odds from DraftKings Sportsbook on the Vegas Golden Knights to make the playoffs. Currently 1 point behind Dallas for the final wild card spot. Dallas does have 3 games in hand. No icing here.
We had 3 points behind the Oilers, but 1 less game than Edmonton. Edmonton also playing tonight, right now.
Against the LA Kings, the team that's also involved. This is a penalty here as it was backhanded wide on a chance by Theodore. But a penalty coming for hooking against Will Borgen will put Vegas back on the power play for the 2nd time here in this first period.
Yeah, Will Borgen, a former Buffalo Sabre, had a chance to talk with Jack Eichel this morning after the skates. He's trying to get on the inside right here. We'll see this pass ahead right here. There's Borgen has just left his man. Now he's going to go to the front of the net and intercept this one right here, but he gets his stick up there in the hands on the defenseman Theodore, who can really skate. I mean, the wingers have really got to have an eye on where Theodore is, because he's going to jump in as he did on that play. Actually, Borgen did an excellent job, Jennifer, of even getting over there.
I was just going to say it was a great hustle, because he got a step behind the play and almost caught up to him.
Vegas going to the net right off the face-off win. Donohov's shot was blocked. And here is Theodore staying on the ice to work the power play. Jack Eichel tried to keep it moving. Donskoy got it cleared.
Yeah, good play by Larson to eliminate Eichel from grabbing that puck. He got his hands right in the midsection of Eichel, but didn't take a minor penalty. Look out!
Dropped off. Shane with a chance, and it was Eichel who deflected it away. Perhaps a little too casual on the drop inside the Vegas zone.
I mean, the old drop pass that everybody knows is going to be a drop pass play.
Still maybe a little casual on the top of the crease there.
It was
danger zone.
Donov rips it across. Marchessault out high for Jack Eichel. Eichel with a shot, and that one gloved by Drieger as Donov cut across the top of the crease.
Looks like he's looking for a little screen there with Donov, and there's Eichel here on the near side. He gets eliminated right there by Larson on the boards, and Donskoy is able to clear the zone, and here's that drop pass. Riley Sheahan read that like a comic book right there. That was an easy one for him, picked it off, but as you mentioned, Jennifer, Eichel did a good job of getting that stick on puck, and that shot never did get through to the goaltender, Logan Thompson.
Off the face-off, Coghlan ripped it wide.
Well, can he shoot the puck?
93.1 on the shot from Coghlan. Here's Pietrangelo on the keep-in. Coghlan to the interior. The backhand from Waugh trickles across the goal mouth. Carlson got handcuffed there by Yanni Gord. It's Pietrangelo. Tap to the slot. Coghlan coming in. Settles it and shoots it. It's blocked by Larson. It comes out of the zone.
Pietrangelo on that right side loves to give it to the forward on the half boards and then jump right into the middle. But Seattle read it nicely, and Pietrangelo never did go.
Waugh tried to play it to the line for Pietrangelo. It was redirected out to center. Seattle snuck half a change on the penalty kill as Janmark carries in. Pietrangelo moves it around towards Carlson. McCann got there first, found an opening, and shot it to the center circle. 20 seconds left on the Borgen penalty.
Pietrangelo's had to pick up a lot of minutes. In one game in Toronto, he played 32-30 in that game, Brendan. Next highest was 29-50 at the Island.
Another clear. Seattle's had some great anticipation here on the PK.
Here's McCann. 7 shorthanded goals this season for Seattle, including 5 in their last 15 games. They won't get one here as Borgen comes out of the box, but the PK is 2 for 2. A PK that has struggled recently. Yeah,
both teams have combined for 16 shorthanded goals. 9 for Vegas.
Maybe the most remarkable thing about Vegas is 9. No one has more than 2. They've had 7 different guys with a shorthanded goal.
Telling you that everybody's getting used?
Yeah. Well, they've used 37 guys on their roster so far this season because of all their injuries. So that might have something to do with it. More opportunities for guy to kill penalties. Normally wouldn't get it as Amadios pass to the interior was blocked by the skate of Everly. 8 minutes to play here in the opening period. Still scoreless in Seattle. Stevenson tried to pick it up on the other side of Borgen. That was stopped. It's Jordan Eberle, the lone all-star this season for Seattle in their inaugural campaign. That pass off Stevenson and out to center ice. Larson has it now. Rimmed around the back of Thompson. Theodore there. moved it on for Jack Eichel, playing in his 21st game with the Vegas Golden Knights. Ooh. And his pass caught Dadonov in the skates and ricocheted out of the zone.
Yeah, he scored a heck of a goal in their last game against the Chicago Blackhawks. Took a whack in the hand, was holding it, then the puck comes to him right in the slot and makes a great move to his forehand.
He's got goals in back-to-back games, does Eichel. 7 in his first 20. Since he made his debut on February 16th.
Coming off that injury, that's quite remarkable. Missing that much time.
First game in 11 months for Jack Eichel. Artificial disc replacement surgery in his neck. Hutton stepped up at the line, couldn't keep it out.
And we had a great chat with Eichel this morning, and he's appreciating and enjoying Vegas. But he said it's an adjustment for him coming in, getting to know everybody. He even talked about, where are you going to sit on the bus, the seat of the plane, who's he going to play cards with, to just sort of get used to the environment and new friends and new teammates. But he's playing really well on the ice lately.
Yeah, it sure is. Just hoping that someone bails out of the card game so he can jump in there.
Martinez shot off the skate, comes wide. Carson Soucy mishandled it for a moment. Marchessault moves it to Janmark. Janmark's pass. Martinez loads it up. That one changed directions a couple of times and went wide. Coming around, Borgen with the interception.
Yeah, good stick there by Borgen to stop that cycle down low. Now he's got to get off the ice.
Jonas Donskoy trying to lead it ahead for Sprong. It's Whitecloud feeding it across. Stepping in, Jonas Rondior. Playing what is his 26th game of the season on what is his 8th call-up from the American Hockey League this year.
It's nice that it's close by.
AHL affiliate is in Henderson, Nevada, down the road from Vegas. Here's Stevenson. Barreling in on the left side. Stevenson takes it all the way around. Finds Theodore. Theodore moving, looking for a lane. Threw it into traffic. Bounces away. Stevenson. Behind the net, Derek Pouliot. And Stevenson takes over again. Rask came to it, but it's Gourde instead.
Good defending right there by Kuhlman.
Nab's pass broken up. Victor Rask will just slip this one off into the corner. Brayden McNabb has missed the last 13 games for Vegas. He's able to pry that puck away, and out of the zone it goes.
Yeah, one of the reasons you go with 11-7, just make sure that there's no hiccups in terms of health. And same with Martinez coming back and playing. He's paired with Whitecloud.
Lots of comments from the Vegas guys over the last couple days on how happy they are to have Martinez back.
Icing coming here against Seattle. Well, lots of action coming up around the National Hockey League. Gets going tomorrow night. Blue Jackets and the Islanders, 7 Eastern on ESPN+. Saturday, you can see the Panthers and Devils at 12:30 on the NHL Network, followed by Pens and Avs at 3 on ABC and ESPN+. And then Sunday, the Islanders and Devils at 4 p.m. right here on TNT. Well, there's Alec Martinez. His first game since November 11th was on Saturday. Missed 4.5 months after taking a skate to the face. Just his 13th game this season. As Carlson with a shot that got in tight on Drieger as he was trying to find that puck around Michael Amadio.
That's a good setup right there off the face-off, and get that forward to drop back in the middle of the ice in the high slot. He can be on the good defending side of it and then get a good shot on the one-timer.
Carlson found a nice pocket in there.
Here's Alex Pietrangelo. Marchessault works it in, closing in on 4 minutes to play in the opening period. Pass to the front for Marchessault. Broken up by Oleksiak. And McCann able to push this one away from Pietrangelo. Kraken making changes. Pietrangelo stayed on the ice long enough to make sure this gets deep. Hard around. Yanni Gourde waiting for it out there. To the center circle in the skates of Stevenson. Worked it back for Whitecloud.
What a trade that was for the Vegas Golden Knights, getting Stevenson from Washington for a 5th-round draft pick.
Stevenson would won a Stanley Cup 2018 with Washington against Vegas. They had first-hand knowledge of what they were getting. Kraken bring it ahead. Yanni Gourde opens up, tries to feed one over. Whitecloud got a piece of the pass to Rask and then finished his check as well.
Yeah, a little obvious making that pass across. Too many sticks to go by to get that perfectly on the tape.
Seattle had 6 shots in the first 6 minutes of the game, none since. More than 10 minutes of game time, shot 6-5 in favor of the Kraken.
Yeah, the 5-on-5 play got taken away by the back-to-back power plays against them.
Here's Borgen, drags and shoots. That one was tipped and it went off the glass. Donato got there, fed it to the end boards for Geeky. Pried away from him by Waugh, then Colasar. Stumbled and still got the puck out to center as Cole Lynn comes back on it for Seattle.
I like the board play by Seattle. I think they've won a lot of battles, and Vegas is well known as a team that's strong on pucks. More so with a healthy complement of players like Pacioretty and Stone, but still, Seattle's doing a good job.
Sprong tried to skate it in and lost it. Here's Donskoy for Sprong. Sprong with a shot, and it rose up off the stick of McNabb and then the glass. Solid connection between Sheahan and Colasar as Colasar got rocked. And he looks unsteady on his feet.
You were exactly right. He looks dazed.
And Colasar will, slowly get to the bench now for Vegas.
Yeah, let's keep our eye on Colasar. He's going right off. He's going right off. He's in the tunnel right now.
He just ran into Riley Sheahan, who did not move. And Colasar down the tunnel for Vegas. Injuries have been the major story for the Vegas Golden Knights. Here's the cliff notes. They're missing Pacioretty, Stone, Leonard, Smith, Howden, Haig, Patrick, and Brossois in tonight's game. I think I got them all.
Did you get Patrick?
Yep, put him on there at the end. They get McNabb back. They just got Martinez back. Leonard is backing up tonight. And this one nearly turned over in front of the net. And hoisted to safety by the Kraken.
And Riley Smith, one of the most underrated players in the NHL, and he's on that great line with Carlson and Marcia, so a good checking line, real dependable line.
Closing in on the final minute of play. Pretty good action, back and forth here in the first period. Theodore will toss it to the corner. Dunn will go get it. Dadonov applying pressure. Larson for Yanni Gord. Eberle for Gord in stride, and he mishandled the puck just as he came to it. Victor Rask.
Good stick right there. Again, Seattle showing good firm sticks in these battles.
Dadonov hustling after it. Locks up there with Alexiak. Continued on, Stevenson reaching for it. Coolman lost it. Dadonov to the middle of the ice. Here's Hutton. 30 seconds to go in the period. Pietrangelo let it go. It's in on net, and it's covered by Drieger.
We defy roles, challenge fear, shatter barriers. We walk past the doubt, cast aside the critics, show what leaders look like. We can, we have, we will.
That was just the second whistle in the last 9:23 of action here in Seattle.
Well, some flow to the game, but from Pete DeBoer, the head coach of the Vegas Golden Knights, now we'll keep our eye on obviously Keegan Colasar.
20 seconds left for everybody will join him in the dressing room.
They're already just playing this game with 11 forwards.
Finally got healthy defensemen, and they dressed 7 of them today. Final seconds winding down. Ben Hutton for Waugh on the blue line, lost it, and that will end an evenly played, well-matched first period between Vegas and Seattle.
Yeah, when needed, Drieger made some good saves, and so did that guy to start this hockey game, Logan Thompson. But before we go to break, let's keep our eye on 55. He's going to lean into Riley Sheahan right there, and he just gets jolted. And you know, he went in shoulder to shoulder, but I didn't like the way that neck kind of snapped a little bit on him. Right there. Ooh, boy, he takes a blow with that one there. Nothing dirty about it, just a bad one.
He went right to the bench and right down the tunnel. Lexus intermission report coming up. Liam McHugh, Rick Tocchet, Anson Carter, Paul Bissonnette standing by, ready to go after a scoreless first period in Seattle. Guys?
All right, Berkey, thanks so much. Yeah, we had the fight, we had the scrap. A little underwhelmed. Anyone else by Vegas in a big moment?
I was just watching McDavid score a nice snipe just now.
All right.
That's how interested you in that.
There we go. We're going to show it to you
make
right
him
after
sleep
this.
or what? I mean, listen, it's 0-0. Get this guy a sniffer.
He's pay attention to hockey, I'll give him that. Back it up. It's Alexis intermission reports. Little time to rest up. Get some treatment. Some big collisions in this one. This was right at the end of that first period. Don't have a goal yet. Scoreless.
My back.
After one. Vegas and Seattle in a game that Vegas absolutely needs. Welcome inside Liam McHugh, Paul Bissonnette, Anson Carter, and Rick Tocchet. Less than a month to go here in the regular season. Key race in the West. Lots of people jostling for position. That includes the Winnipeg Jets on the outside looking in. Went to shootout against Buffalo, and Rick Tocchet would like to see a poke check?
No. I would like to see a little poke check. Yeah.
I think he was asking the ref for it right after this goal went in. Hey, you see my poke check?
I mean, it's a hell of a play by Wheeler, but, you know, always got to have it, I think.
Big
no?
2 points for the Jets. L.A., Edmonton, that race in the Pacific. Zach Hyman, and there's number 49 on the year for Leon Draisaitl.
Amazing. Zach Hyman digging in, using those edges. And Leon Draisaitl with that battle I was talking about before for the Rocket Richard Trophy.
And look who's got 100 points again. Connor McDavid.
I mean, how about that pass all the way over cross ice to Nurse? And what a season Connor McDavid's having. 5-time 100-point getter. And I tell you what, I don't blame Ace for getting distracted. This game turned into an electric factory and a quick comeback with 2 strikes here in the second period for LA.
Yeah, 2 goals in 14 seconds. So 61 seconds after McDavid had that assist, LA comes back, scores 2 goals. They tie that game. It's pretty much a thriller out west there. But you look at the Pacific right now, you have LA and Edmonton, but the wild card right now, Dallas and 77 points. Vegas, they don't have the games. Dallas has the games in hand right now. Toc, you called this for Vegas must win. You have a game against Seattle, you have to get the points, you have to get 2. Are you seeing must-win urgency?
Well, I like the fight to get the boys going, but, you know, it's a little sleepy game. But this is a big second period intermission. Maybe some of the leaders say, hey, we got to get going a little bit because they can't afford to. This is a 4-point game for Vegas. You cannot lose this hockey game against the Seattle team that's been struggling all year. So I think something will be said to wake the boys up.
All right, right now, Vegas, Seattle, scoreless after 1. Coming up next, show you what happened with the New York Rangers earlier. Detroit again gives up 5 goals. We'll hear from Andrew Kopp. Winner in Hockey Town, Toc.
Yeah, like it's the good and bad. Great give and go, Panarin to Kopp, you know, great acquisition. But to me, is Detroit again, leaky defense. So where is it? It's man on man.
Detroit playing no D.
Here's what Andrew Kopp had to say after. Andrew, congratulations on the game winner. Sometimes it takes a little while for a guy to adjust to a new team. It seems like you have fit right in. Why has it been so smooth chemistry-wise?
Well, I think playing with some really good players. You know, I kind of been moved around in the lineup a little bit, but obviously Panarin on the last goal, it's puts it right on my tape and makes it easy for me. So, I mean, there's good players up and down the lineup, and I think having some familiarity with a lot of the guys has kind of eased that transition a lot.
Yeah, speaking of that familiarity, we talked to Trouba before the game. He says he used to do his psychology homework. What would Sigmund Freud think of the fact that you went from Portage in Maine to Broadway?
He'd be confused by it for sure, but let me set the record straight on that one. I would do my psych homework, and then he would ask me, okay, what'd you answer for this question? What'd you answer for this question? So I don't know if I necessarily did it. I think he might have just been reading mine.
Well, there goes your degree.
I don't think that's legal. Well,
yeah, either way.
He's so far away, so he's good.
Copper, it's Acer. Speaking of Troobs, I was asking about the Frozen Four and the Wolverines. Do you guys talk in the locker room before you guys come on that you guys could try to show me up as a Spartan, that when you're on hockey on TNT, you got to play well?
Yeah, I mean, Sparty's going through a little bit of a tough time right now. Former teammate Mason Appleton and I used to get into it a bunch too. So no Spartans in this locker room, but a few Gophers, I think, that were a little sour from the Big Ten championship game. So might get a rematch in the finals.
Or a Fab Five choke job. We'll see.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a sandbagger choke job or no?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Congratulations. He beat me in a golf match. He's going to bring it up on TNT. All right, I'll get you next time, Copper.
Sounds good, bud.
Right, good stuff, man.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you, guys.
We're taking names. We're writing it all down. there'll be some revenge. But let's look at our game right now, because this is a crucial second period. What do you expect?
Well, I think you mentioned, maybe the players saying something in between periods. I mean, if they don't pick it up here, Vegas, in the second period, if I'm a coach, I go in there and I lose my mind between the second and third. That's for a team basically facing elimination against a bottom feeder in the league. You got to see more than that. Injuries aside, who cares? Way better performance in the second period.
You flipping tables?
I would say a water cooler. Maybe a few broken sticks over the knee. Well, maybe not me. Maybe DeBoer could actually accomplish it. But no, I think you just got to see more. I'd say at least double digits in shots, and you got to see at least 5 or 6 high-quality scoring chances.
I agree. I saw Biz snap his ball hockey tournament.
Yeah.
And you guys turned around.
I saw him
after
almost
you
break
snapped.
his feet trying to break his stick. I don't remember that.
You did. He snapped,
yes.
and they came back and won.
Is it a given, though, that you go in there and you yell at the team? Or is there certain situations that you don't?
I think sometimes as a coach, you tell your leader, hey, you go in, you take over. It can't always be the coach. No way.
We'll just send Biz in there. All right, let's check out the DraftKings
Season's
Sportsbook
on the line.
odds. Time to crack some skulls, buddy. Will there be a goal in the first 10 minutes? That was the question. There was not. There wasn't a goal in the first 20 minutes. Means if you bet no, you won. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app for exclusive NHL on TNT offers. You can sign up with promo code SKATES.
Will there be a snap show between the second
We got
and
to
third?
bring back
plus
that
500?
video of you trying to snap sticks over your leg.
Up for sound tonight in Seattle.
Good play, Ammo. Attaboy, Ammo. Keep going. Power, power. Good deception, good deception. Out of the way. Stay. Come on, Dale, let's go. Oh, boy. Couple big fellas. Back goalie. Hell yeah, brother.
Couple big fellas is right.
He's a really strong analyst during games. Jennifer, he likes to have conversations if you're between the benches and you've got a monitor there. Stay on your toes.
That's why he's sitting right next to you.
I'll be ready for the next chat.
Carlson off the glass as he whistles it over the head of Chris Drieger in net tonight for the Seattle Kraken. Shots were 7-6 Seattle in the opening period of a scoreless hockey game.
I think the conversation's always good. As a player, I think it's just a way to stay involved. Your teammates know where you are. I think constant chatter is a good thing when you're on the ice.
Yeah, I like when the two big boys were fighting. You hear his comments then. Those are big boys. Yes, they are. No, I think that's what makes Alex Pietrangelo a great player, is that when the heat is on, he doesn't get smothered by it. You know, he's just one of those guys that the more the heat, the cooler he gets.
Drieger hangs on to this. See Pietrangelo.
And if you look at what he did in the first period, I mean, he's a presence every time he's on the ice, whether it's stepping in to get a shot, or if it's making the read in the neutral zone to dish the puck, and then he's going to drive hard, try to create some inside positioning, win the battles to the puck, great interception. Again, just fights for the puck, a quick lift to the stick. And again, he's in the offense, right? Making sure he applies pressure. Here's a guy so sound defensively, but just all over the ice, he's a bit of a force.
Yep, and will always be the first captain of the St. Louis Blues to bring a Stanley Cup to the city that's begging for it.
2019, here's a chance. McCann set up Cole Lind, and it was off the toe of his stick and wide. Cole Lind has had some chances, still looking for that first goal in the National Hockey League. Waugh takes a shoulder from Borgen. Jonas Ronbjorg over for Waugh. Keaton Colasar is not on the bench for the Vegas Golden Knights here to start the second period as that shot ramps off from Drieger.
So that now 7 defensemen and 10 forwards for this game. These shifts are going to have to be smart. Vegas is going to have to manage pucks very, very well.
Back will try to make a pass. Morgan Geekie ripped it away. This one's stolen by Lind. He's got Sprong with him. Lind waits, shoots off the bar. Cole Lind crossbar and out. Here's Dunn, drags and shoots, kicked away by Thompson.
What a great shot by Cole Lind, the right-hander. Boy, he got a lot on that.
Donskoy with the steal. Larson down. Sprong from the goal line. Tried to bank it in off the goaltender Thompson. Comes to Dunn at the left point. Switching sides for Larson. Leaves it there, Sprong. Sprong waits and shoots. That one was off Martinez. Now it's Donskoy. Out top, Larson. Waits and shoots it off the glass. Sprong coming after it. Keeps it alive for Donskoy. Donskoy forced into the corner. Martinez there. Played up the boards and a chance to skate for Lecision. Eichel will give it back to him. Lecision had it batted off his stick. Vegas was going for a change. This one sent ahead for Sprong. Daniel Sprong wrestled off the puck out of the zone and comes. Marchessault working wide on Larson. Throws the brakes on and tossed it to the corner.
Now we know Sprong's got a great shot, and that's one of his assets. The head coach Dave Haxtell this morning told us that he's really in a position now to show his 200-foot game and the little things in the game to make a great first impression or a great impression here in Seattle.
He also told Vasilevskiy, just keep shooting, even if it's going off bodies, when it's going your way, just get that puck to the net.
Yeah, take care of the little details, and those shots on the offensive side of it will always be there.
That shot went wide from Pietrangelo, and then a follow-up try from Hutton never made it. Coming Hutton's way again. Played down into the corner. Marchessault worked over by Wenberg. Matteo tossed to the front. Donato was there. Eberle unable to get it out. Marchessault holding on. Here's Carlson from the goal line. Banked around. Marchessault coming to it. Donato there as well. Donato tried to force it out, and he did. Here's Donato back across to the right side. Wenberg fumbled it for a moment, then tossed off into the corner. Donato to Dunn as Eberle near boards and got it there. Eberle down deep for Dunn. Hutton and Pietrangelo will take it away from danger. Odds from DraftKings Sportsbook at the top of your screen. Victor Rask. Larson loads it up, now drags it down. Larson tapped behind. Rask waiting for it. Tried to center for Kuhlman. Came out for Dunn. Dunn's pass off the skate of Marchessault. Tried to force it to Larson. Almost a breakaway from Marchessault. Pietrangelo with the strip. And up by Stodanov right in front of the Vegas bench. Moves it for Chandler Stevenson. Knocked down by Rask.
Great backside pressure there by Rask.
Carson Kuhlman over the line. Tries to pick it up on the other side of McLeod. Dealing with Martinez. McLeod run into by Gord. Quick puck movement, and the Golden Knights are out of the zone in a hurry. Stevenson driving wide. Leaves it off for Eichel. Jack Eichel protecting the puck from Rask. Eichel to the slot. Stevenson ducking, looking, slid it in front, and tapped by Dadonov off the left leg of Drager. Dadonov able to keep it in at the line. Tried that long-range seam pass, never got there.
Well, I thought he was going to the left point. Martinez wide open. He really tried to jam that over to the bottom of the face-off circle to the right of the goaltender, Chris Drieger. In the meantime, Lynn has a couple of dynamic chances right here as we see Seattle on the hunt. Geekie does a good job from behind the net. There's chance number one there. And then that wrister that goes right off the pipe. Jennifer, this was a howitzer.
It was. You also had Sprong coming down on the weak side post. And so Sprong, you know, is a threat right now. Haxtell talking about his release really is elite. So he had every option.
Penalty here. The whistles come with a chance around the front of the Seattle net, but it was a high stick as Carson Soucy got caught with one on his way to the front of the net. And a power play here as Theodore will head off for high sticking.
A couple of good opportunities. One good left pad save by Drieger, but let's keep our eye on where that stick is. It rides up the shaft of the stick of Soucy and then just jams him up high. As Theodore is obviously not intending to do so. He's just trying to avoid that hit. So he's got his stick as a left-hander on the right side, trying to bring it over to the left side to get around him.
So the former Seattle Thunderbird, Shea Theodore, sits in the box. Power play for Seattle for the first time in the hockey game.
Tough one for Theodore. I know from being from British Columbia, so his parents are going to drive down for the game tonight. So that's a family in the house. You forget about the, I mean, sometimes the quality of these Vegas D, right? I mean, for them, they've got some real power horses back at the blue line.
Yeah, they sure do. And especially when they get the full complement up front, they back check like crazy. That allows their defenseman Jennifer to stand up and hold lines and close gaps, and that's when you really evaluate the Vegas Golden Knights.
McCann will play it to the left point for Dunn. 30 seconds into the power play. Dunn snapped one over for Gord. Had to double back on it. Slips away from Waugh. Gord, goal line, Eberle, backhand, tried to climb the ladder. It was off the outside of the post. And then Janmark run into by Dunn. Janmark stayed on his feet and followed up. That puck made sure it got out of the zone.
Yeah, because Dunn was in no man's land right there.
Eberle makes his move, dropped off for Gord, snapped one off the leg of Carlson. Eberle left point for Dunn. Halfway through the power play for Seattle, the interception and the clear from Pietrangelo.
Two old teammates in St. Louis. It's like Pietrangelo knew exactly what Dunn was going to do right there, and he got to him first.
Seattle's power play 15% on the season, 29th overall in the league. They're just 1 for 10 over their last 4 games. And only just over 12%. Here's a steal, and it's Carlson. Short-handed breakaway. Carlson, what a save from Drieger as he was falling to his right. He had him leaning back and rocking the wrong way, and Drieger able to keep Carlson from opening the score. Winberg off the boards, try to get it back himself instead. It's Lecision, and it's down.
Pretty good play there by Lecision as well, but what a save with the right pad there by Drieger on that play.
Only Toronto has more shorthanded goals in the NHL than the Vegas Golden Knights. That would have been their 10th. Out of the box comes Theodore just as the pass comes to him. Shea Theodore to the backhand, and he scores! Shea Theodore out of the penalty box and into the roof of the net.
Two great opportunities, and Theodore cashes in with that one there. Carlson had the first one. Theodore has the second one. The puck was right on the tape as he extends it with one hand. Now he goes forehand, backhand, and shovels this underneath the bar after Rask doesn't manage the puck in the offensive zone for Seattle. And a nice little move there by Theodore. He doesn't sell it real hard. Let's see if the goaltender bites on the first one there. Yeah, he does. He bites and ends up going down and doesn't cover the top part of the net.
And you think about the elite caliber, right, of their defensemen. And this is a prime example. You come out of the box, and for him, that finish, it was just a subtle sell, but opens the blade a little bit to force the pause and then comes down. That's a beautiful finish to go top shelf.
7 seconds after coming out of the box, he has his 9th goal of the season. Again from Langley, British Columbia. Played his junior hockey here in the city of Seattle. Friends and family made the trip.
39th goal for a Vegas defenseman this season.
Vegas Golden Knights have broken the scoreless tie. Donoff around for Marchessault. Back of the net. Jack Eichel tried to pick it up on his stick. Was thinking about trying to tuck it in. Now he backhands one across for Martinez, and his pass was blocked, and the backhand try slips through to the point for Whitecloud.
Eichel's confidence with the puck is special, whether it's the attempt behind the net or the cross-ice backhand saucer pass. So good with the puck on his stick.
Yeah, he's a unique centerman because he's not a pass-first guy. He's a guy that you've got to be prepared to defend against because he does like to shoot the puck, and that backs off the defending team, and that'll give him a little bit more room to make plays. Got a wicked wrister.
Vegas just 8-11-1 since Jack Eichel made his debut, but General Manager Kelly McCrimmon says he does a few things every night on the ice that no one else can do. Saw a little bit of that on his last shift as he takes a seat on the bench for Vegas. Borgen. Got up there with Ron Bjork. Borgen kicking at it. Ron Bjork pulled out by Derek Pouliot.
And Ron Bjork will get an assist. That was a good pass that he made after Rask coughed the puck up, trying to play it back to the defenseman.
That one got in on Thompson, trying to reach out and grab it. And he is able to get the whistle and the puck secured. Shea Theodore takes a high sticking call. Worked out okay. Out of the box and straight to the net. 1-0 Vegas here in Seattle.
Only one goal scored here this evening, and it's by that defenseman, Shea Theodore, but you can see that that's where Rask has the puck, and Ron Bjork, he reads it. Rask fans on it, and here's the little play forehand, backhand. But I think what makes it easier is you can see the goaltender's angle. He kind of goes towards the splits, but then his body goes down towards the ice, and it's easy to elevate that. Nothing smothering the puck. The angles of your spine and your hands don't make it very difficult for Theodore to get that up there.
Good look at it from the AT&T 5G net cam.
And Theodore does such a great job, even if it's the opening of the blade or the small, subtle shoulder fake, right, to make sure he sells the shot.
Face-off won by the Kraken. Larson with the shot, and the save made by Thompson as Ben Hutton finds himself down along the ice behind his goaltender.
Thompson doesn't mishandle this at all. I mean, face-off win by Seattle, and now he's battling his own defenseman there. Eberle skates in behind him, but he gets on top of the crease, nice and aggressive, and takes control of that situation.
This one lifted into the Vegas bench for a stoppage in play here about halfway through period 2. Tomorrow night, more NHL hockey. Islanders and Blue Jackets finish their home-and-home set, 7 Eastern on ESPN+. Devils and Panthers on the NHL Network on Saturday. And then Penguins and Avalanche, 3 Eastern on ABC. That should be a good one. Sunday, we're in Newark. Banger Islanders facing the Devils, 4 p.m. right here on TNT. Jennifer, you're with us as well.
I am. Looking forward to it.
This is the first of a 2-game series, not a home-and-home, but 2 games between Vegas and Seattle here at Climate Pledge Arena. These 2 teams have played twice before. The first game of the season and the first game in Kraken history back on October the 12th. They played again in Vegas in November, but this is the first time Vegas has come here to Seattle.
Yeah, the players were all looking around. They're checking out the locker room, the hallways. They'll be in the practice rink tomorrow. Another beautiful facility done here by the ownership group of Seattle.
Coughlin narrowly onside with a shot that was directed away by the stick of Drieger. McCann leads this Seattle team in goals, even strength goals, power play points. He's got himself a new 5-year contract, starts next year. That one dumped in by Lecision, hit the linesman, and Donskoy and McCann bring it up ice. And it's taken from them by Coughlin. Whitecloud snaps one on. Ronbjorn driving wide on Borgen. Ronbjorn double team. Sheahan came over, and Pouliot takes the puck.
Fundamentally very sound, though, by Seattle. I mean, they've gone over video. They want to go back to what they were stressing in training camp, the fundamentals of it, defending, your defensive zone coverage as well. And I mean, by and large, they've done an excellent job here in this game. Coming back, Jennifer, is 5-man unit.
Well, Hackstall said, he enjoyed the process of going through that video as well.
That was tipped down by Donskoy, but hit a skate before it could get to the net. Dunn kept it in, glove down. Pullman with a shot blocked by Martinez. Janmark will take it out of the zone.
And with the new faces for Seattle since the trade deadline, it was important for them to review structure, systems.
Johnny Gord tied up tightly by Eichel. Gord going to fight through the skates of the referee. Left it there, Kuhlman. Kuhlman to Sprong. Sprong tossed off for Gord. Back at the net, lifted Martinez. Stick got away. Makes a pass out for Larson. Gord from a sharp angle. Couldn't get enough on that shot. Larson will give him another opportunity. Yanni Gord for Dunn. Dunn, wrist shot. Knocked down, and it's in the glove of Thompson through a myriad of players parked in front of the Vegas crease. Beautiful night in the city of Seattle, but Vegas has the 1-0 lead halfway through. Climate Pledge Arena. Follow the NHL on social media for behind-the-scenes coverage of the biggest moments, original content with your favorite players, and highlights for the best plays in hockey.
I lost a couple of Titleist balls in there on the wall. I couldn't hack them out. Let's take a look at this turnover there. Seattle had it in the offensive zone. It ends up Carlson gets a good chance. He decides to go on the forehand. Let's take a look at the difference between his opportunity and Theodore. Going to the backhand, a lot easier to get that puck up and elevated rather than staying on the forehand.
For any kids watching that, right? It's the head fake, the shoulder fake, and the stick as well to make the good sell of the play to force Drieger.
A little shake and bake.
A little bit, yes.
Skating 22 miles an hour doesn't hurt either for the kids at home if you're trying it.
Yes.
That was 22 miles an hour?
Something like that. That's where they're topping out today.
He's a pretty darn good skater. So So can this guy fly.
Chandler Stevenson to the front for Eichel. He couldn't get the shot free, so he backhanded it into a good area, but it was collected in the skates of Carson Kuhlman. Overskated by Soucy. He'll have to come back on it. Inside 8 minutes to play here in the second period. 1-0 lead for Vegas on the goal from Shea Theodore. Brendan Burke, Darren Pang, Jennifer Bottrell with you here tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. Room to skate for Soucy. He'll dump it around the back of Logan Thompson. That was coughed up by Rask and taken by Marchessault. He's got Dadonov with him. Marchessault drifting to the slot. His shot blocked. Drieger left it there. Digging at it is Marchessault. It winds up back underneath the Seattle goaltender.
Drieger thinks it's underneath him on the right. It hit his pad and squirted out to the left. So all his body movement was going to the right. Fortunately for Drieger, he got some help from his defenseman as Jonathan Marchessault enters the zone, buys some time, and I think a little bit too much time and space as Seattle backs off. I mean, really, it's a 1-on-3, or at least worst case scenario, it's a 2-on-3, but yet he's able to get this shot. It's a flutterer. Watch where this puck comes back to.
It was just sitting there.
Oh, Alexia does do a good job being firm on his stick before Marchessault. I'm sure Marchessault's eyes were wide as saucers there, thinking he's got a backhand empty netter. Good job by Alexia.
Off the face-off, Donato moves it ahead. He's got Eberle with him as he crosses the line. Carlson was all over him. McNabb came to him as well, and now it's Marchessault with Amadio and Carlson. Knocked out of the air neatly by Larson. Jordan Eberle gains the line. Flipped on for Wenberg. Puck came up on McNabb. Donato juggles it with Theodore there. Play continues as this one works its way to Marchessault on the right wing wall. Larson and Carlson lock up. There's 9 goals this season for William Carlson. And 14 goals in 56 last year. Of course, he had 43 back in the first year, 17-18 with Vegas. Here's Waugh. Ronbjorg gets it back and shot it high. A little give and go with Janmark. And a glorious look for Ronbjorg.
We're going to keep our eye on Jonathan Marchessault. His last shift was about 1 minute and 5 seconds long. Took him a while to get back to the bench. He's been hunched over. He's either absolutely exhausted and out of gas or maybe injured.
Lind, his shot elevates off the stick of Martinez and out of play. 6 minutes to go here in the second period of action in Seattle. Look at our AT&T 5G net cam on the close call for Drieger. NHL on TNT is brought to you by Jim Beam. Please drink responsibly. And by Windows 11 and Intel, brings you closer to what you love.
Now keep our eye on number 81, Jonathan Marchessault, there as he drives hard to the net. That was the rebound that was laying loose, but it's the way he fell afterwards that was awkward. What did you see during that break, Jennifer?
Well, you know, it looked like he caught his blade, and then you try to count. He came out on the ice, right? It was just stretching it out, and it just looked like it's hard to assess, right? Whether it was the knee or the ankle, but his teammates checking in on him to make sure that he was still okay.
The shot from the blue line blocked by McNabb. Vegas already down to 10 forwards. They started with 11. That was by design. They lost Keegan Colasar towards the end of the first period. He has not returned so far here in the second. As Ronbjorg sends it down low. That one was handled by Janmark. And then Janmark tapped it on for Waugh. The backhand lifted wide. Ronbjorg rotates out high. Theodore all kinds of room, and his shot was blocked on the way.
Yeah, Ronbjorg taking over for Keegan Colasar on that right side with Waugh and Janmark, doing an excellent job.
Geeky turned to get up there on McNabb.
And with less forwards, right? These guys can get more into a rhythm. You know that you're going out regularly.
Yeah, and the old guys are telling the young guys, move your legs. Keep her going. We need some help right here. We need some energy.
Wenberg for Soucy streaking. The backhand rolled off his stick and on goal. Thompson played it to the corner.
Soucy leads all defensemen for Seattle in goals this year. He's got 9 of their 26. Sneaky in the offensive zone, the big fella.
Carson Soucy, the expansion pick from Minnesota. McCann got clipped in the neutral zone. Nice in here.
Let's go.
Down to 4:43 to go in the second period. Just one goal in this one. Shea Theodore, his ninth. And there's a blast by White Cloud as he snuck in off the faceoff. White Cloud with it once again. That one angled to the slot. Nobody home for Vegas. It's McCann for Wenberg with a little daylight. Kicks it to Everly. Jordan Everly with a shot that's blocked by Martinez. White Cloud comes over on Everly. Chandler Stevenson stumbling ahead. Jack Eichel over the line. Eichel all the way over. The Donoff from the sharp angle.
Trying to get the goaltender to cheat off that post. Nearly did.
Yanni Gord. Looked like he was going to take it wide, then curled back off. White Cloud steals it away. In comes Eichel. Marches so to the net. Eichel the toe drag. Eichel off the pad of Drager.
And he had Donoff trailing the play as well. But a nice play by Jack Eichel to buy some time and pull it back and try to get the goaltender to cheat and go down low.
Carson Kuhlman lost it as soon as he got into the zone, and here comes Amadio.
What a shift by Eichel. He made a couple great passes and then goes in for the toe drag and the chance right in the slot.
Yeah, he made that pass to White Cloud on that ozone face-off win. Good play. Just poked it ahead to the guy that's wide open. Why not?
Hutton from Marchessault. Off the skate of Amadio. Trying to get it all the way through to Carlson. Donskoy took a hit from Lecision. Amadio in front off his stick. Amadio once again winds its way around to Stevenson. Hutton, his shot saved Drager. Rebound still alive in front of the net and cleaned up by Larson. Petrangelo lost an edge, got back to his feet. His pass is redirected deep into his own end. Along the boards and stolen by Donskoy. Jonas Donskoy. The blue line for Borgen. Donskoy again. He's trying to float one towards the goal.
Yeah, didn't get much leverage on that end of the shift.
Here's Pouliot,
who spent some time with Vegas
just a couple of weeks ago. Waiver claim for Seattle. Derek Pouliot. This is his 5th NHL game this season. Before tonight, 2 with Vegas and 2 with Seattle.
We did a preseason game on TNT from Salt Lake City that he played in for Vegas.
Shot from Sprong, turned aside. And it's Wenberg for Pouliot again. Now Soucy. And that one knocked down. Pouliot for Wenberg from the goal line. Wenberg hanging on to it for Sprong. Into the skates of Everly.
Petrangelo's been on the ice for 2 minutes. He is absolutely out of gas.
Soucy shot off the pads of Thompson. Coughlin looking to clear. He got it as far as center ice, but a long change here in the second doesn't do him any good.
That's where Soucy's got to stay inside that blue line because you know that Vegas is tired. They're not going to be able to have the speed to get by you.
You tell Petrangelo just took a deep breath when he realized he couldn't change last time.
Here he comes.
Now he's getting the chance.
He's chugging along there. Let's get him. Set him in the oxygen tank.
Sigh of relief on the bench.
This one shot down by Soucy. Icing upcoming. It's a 2-minute and 28-second shift for Alex Petrangelo.
Well, it's long for Wenberg and Soucy on the other side as well. See if Vegas can take advantage of that. Let's take a look at this face-off win there. There's Eichel. He feeds it ahead to the defenseman, and White Cloud just misses high to the glove side. And now you can see Gord turns that puck over right there. White Cloud with a neat little backhand pass, and here's that drag move right there. The defenseman prematurely goes down, and it makes it for an easier play for a guy with the long reach like that.
And you know, Eichel, he's not going to want to stay on the perimeter. He can make those kind of moves to get into those quality scoring chances. And that's how he got the goal on Saturday night, too, to tie it up with the come from behind win against Chicago. But he's a guy, you know, he wants to get in there and get quality shots off.
He's got those hands that are kind of loosey in front of him, on Jennifer, and he just kind of goes back, pulls it back. He's got a big toe curve right there, and then he's got good patience. There's not a whole lot of anxiety in that body of his, it doesn't seem, when he's got the puck.
No, you know that he loves to have the puck on his stick, right? And he knows he can do special things with it. And that's the smoothness, right? And how effective he is.
Yeah, no happy hands there. I've seen those players that it's a challenge making those kind of plays.
And he makes it look almost easy.
McNabb's shot deflected away from the net of Drieger. Minute 10 to go. Round it comes for Lynn. Poke check. Janmark. McNabb, shot blocked. He stays with it and backhands it just wide.
Boy, Seattle loose on those pucks, something they've done very well in this hockey game, and getting a little sloppy in their own zone late, although they're a little bit fatigued there with hemmed in on that faceoff.
Larson. Up now for Donato. Left it, Geeky, returned it to Donato. Theodore takes it off his stick. And with 35 seconds to go in the period, the Vegas Golden Knights carry in. Carlson almost lost it to Soucy, came to Amadio. Amadio ducks behind, right in front. Marchessault denied twice by Drieger, and then he scoops up the chance from William Carlson.
Quality chances at the end of a period. That could have really sucked the life out of the Seattle Kraken right there. Soucy goes for the hit. Two defensemen behind the goal line. Marchessault all alone in the slot. Nearly scores right here. He gets himself in an open position. I don't think the goaltender Drieger actually saw where he was. He was caught on the goal line, but he stops him not once but twice. And then Carlson swoops it into that glove of his. So good sequence for the goaltender, Chris Drieger.
But you know Vegas is going to want to put on the pressure. They understand the importance of every game they're playing right now. They want more than a one-goal lead.
We have to reset the clock just slightly, put 7/10 back on it to get it to 25 after that face-off didn't work on their first attempt. Carlson and Gourde lock up. Yanni Gourde falling forward after, but it's White Cloud. 20 seconds left. Vegas works it around. Marchessault alone in front, and Drieger came up with the save.
Incredible save after a great sequence off that face-off win. What a pass by Martinez.
Still 10 seconds to go. Here's Carlson. Leaves it for Martinez. Marchessault is headed to the front, and that one ripped past him. White Cloud will toss it around the net, and Vegas will have to settle for a one-goal lead after 40 minutes in this one.
And the Kraken should go over there and crack the pads right there to give Chris Drieger a pat on the helmet, because brilliant late in this one. There's the face-off win. Long pass there to Martinez, but his vision is exceptional. And he finds through the seam right there. Marchessault goes to the backhand and doesn't hoist this one right here. Doesn't get it up all the way.
It almost looked like the puck had a little half hop. Didn't get quite all of it to get it high enough.
Second period, shots on goal. Vegas had 14. Seattle had 9. Shea Theodore the only goal. The Discover intermission report coming up. Rick Tocchet, Anson Carter, Paul Bissonnette, Liam McHugh. It's all yours. Liam.
Berkey, thanks so much. Pete DeBoer flip a table?
No, he didn't need to. I said double digits in shots. They got 14, and they at least had 5 or 6 scoring chances.
No? Those are Jazz down there.
What do you mean he didn't have to? Maybe he did, though. You don't
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I said.
Maybe
they
he
played
did.
well this period, so he must have, maybe he did something.
I think that's where I was going.
I thought you were going with that.
That's where I was going.
But Biz didn't go
I was
with
going to turn Pete DeBoer flip a table.
I think he did.
All right.
Jazz.
There we go.
Hey, Jazz.
Fair enough.
Good stats.
I'll take the L. I'll take the L there.
All right, we're going to look around the West.
I'm not a good listener.
Draisaitl got another one tonight.
Report. Discover the official card of the NHL.
All right, crucial few weeks here in the Western Conference. Look at the wild card situation. Dallas in that final spot. We know that the Jets already got a win. Vancouver is in action. So is LA and Edmonton. Highly entertaining affair between these two teams. Leon Draisaitl takes a great pass here from Zach Hyman. Here's number 49.
What work from Zach Hyman, fighting off the defender. And Leon Draisaitl doesn't get much easier than that. Jonathan Quick has no chance to make that save.
It feels like once we stopped talking about McDavid and Draisaitl for MVP, they were like, really? Here we go. We'll step it up. Now 100 points for McDavid.
Yep. 5th time he's reached 100 points. I said that last segment, but it goes all the way because they're choke artists. 13 seconds. Bang, bang. Pow, pow.
Yeah, this is the response from LA. That's 61 seconds after that McDavid assist. They get 2 goals. It's 3-3. It's late in the third. You look at the Discover matchup. Here are the numbers. 100 points for McDavid. But Draisaitl, second in the league in points with 97. Tied for the league lead in goals with Matthews with 49 right there, Todd.
Hey, shut these guys down. You get a good chance of winning. That's what I got for you.
One trick pony.
Well, I'm glad I went
That's all I got,
that one.
trick
Thanks.
That's all I got for you,
Good
Leo.
thing Edmonton fans can't get the feed. They'd be hounding you online.
Next time, just tell me
anthrax to your house.
really wants to win. They're going to try. St. Louis and Vancouver. It's a massive game for Vancouver as they try to stay in this one. I think the 2-1 lead there, but here's Rob Thomas.
After turnover, Elias Pettersson turned that puck over on the power play. Robert Thomas makes them pay, and then they get to work on their power play. So they get a shorthanded goal and a power play goal.
Say power play one more time. Say power play one more time.
St. Louis is, don't sleep on St. Louis.
What's the stats?
Don't sleep on St. Louis.
Don't sleep on St. Louis, but there was a few things that had to happen. They had to go get a left-handed defenseman at the deadline. They were leaking oil there. They got Nick Leddy, a guy with tons of experience. He's been playing well, and they actually got him on that top pairing. Another thing, too, is, in no disrespect to Ryan O'Reilly, he's had tons of achievements in the National Hockey League, ended up winning playoff MVP when they won the Cup, but he'd just been slowing down a little bit offensively through a long period this season, and he ends up having the go-ahead goal tonight. If they can get that line going, they've addressed the back end.
But they got a lot of depth up front, so O'Reilly doesn't have to play 23.
He's just got to shut.
You could play, you play him 17 minutes. They got enough, up front. It's really the back end that I think Chiefs trying to get that back end to be real solid, in the next month, because that's really it's going to come down to for St. Louis.
I was waiting for Biz to throw out some stats. That was pretty impressive.
Any stats for us?
No
I
stats
thought we were going to get the Oscars.
I usually get
music
myself
on the
in
end of
trouble
that one.
when I start listing off stats. When I said that Killorn had 7 20-goal seasons the other night, and he actually had 2. So I'm gonna avoid the stats and just go with the basic stuff.
This is Vancouver.
Much like my game, off the glass and out. Let's keep it simple.
I was just going to say quickly, this is Vancouver's season right here. Back-to-back games against the St. Louis Blues. They lose both these games. I think it's going to be very tough for the Vancouver Canucks to get in the postseason.
Yeah, there's too many teams right now competing for that, and that includes Vegas right now, and they're up. It looks like they're headed. If they can hang on,
it's the Hunger
Games. Get those 2 points. Oh, there he is, our stats guy, Jazz.
Oh,
leave it to me, buddy.
Dragging on the job, I
some
see.
job security, yeah.
Is that
dragging on the job?
Chris?
Have another one, Jazz. Maybe we'll
guy.
get the stat
We
pack
don't know
a
what's
little
an
sooner.
Didn't know his name was Chris.
Have another one, he says.
I'll see you in the
And welcome back to the Discover Intermission Report. We got a 1-0 game. Shea Theodore out of the penalty box and very quickly into the back of the nets. And right now, that is the difference. Golden Knights hanging on as we get set for the third period. And we take a live look here at the DraftKings Sportsbook odds. Vegas right now, plus 140 odds to make the playoffs. Minus 160 odds to miss the postseason. You can go ahead and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code SKATE. You bet $1 to win $150. Obviously, high stakes for Vegas. We know the first period wasn't that energetic, but good news, guys. We've obtained footage of Pete DeBoer speaking to the team during that first intermission.
What's that? Are you kidding me? This nose face killer? Good out there. It wasn't good.
Oh, man. Those guys are terrified. You might get hired away before we're done here tonight.
You lost control of the room.
You're welcome, Vegas fans.
Hey.
That's all I can say. You're welcome. Need a little pick-me-up in the locker room. Sometimes you need a snap. Sometimes the wires need to cross in order to get the boys going. And as I said, stat guy Biz over here, because Jazzy's falling asleep in the back. Somebody get him a sniffer. 14 shots and easily over 5 or 6 scoring chances. Yes or no? Stat guy Biz? No?
Stat Biz? You want me to verify your stats?
Yes, 14 shots. Jazzo, we need you. Come on out.
You're the stats guy. I don't know why you're looking at me. This is the Paul Bisonet stats.
I think we got to go back to the game here.
14 shots. They did.
Yes,
He's talking to himself.
What are you guys talking about over there?
Keep going, buddy. We're watching. I love it.
You're talking for both of us.
Feel free to chime in here. What would you
well,
have
he's
done
a head
after?
coach and an analytics department.
What would talk?
But you've seen that happen before. You've done it. Like we've all done something or seen a player do that in the room, but you did. No, we're laughing about it, but that actually has happened many times.
But is it
to get the players going?
Is it the message or the messenger though? Because you as a coach can't always go in there and be the snapshot like Biz was doing. Sometimes you have to tap the players.
That was a ball hockey game.
Yeah, there's coaches that'll grab a leader and say, you got to take over and do something. Whether he does that or says something inspirational, but that has to be said sometimes. Or throw some stuff.
Well, I can't wait to hear what he has to say before postgame.
I would have never done that in the NHL because I didn't play. That was a ball hockey tournament, by the way. Hawk did that in real life, folks.
Yeah, but you brought it.
Ball hockey.
Deck hockey.
On TNT is brought to you by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. 20 minutes to go tonight in Seattle. The Vegas Golden Knights in town for their first ever trip to Seattle. First of a back-to-back set here between these two teams, and it's a 1-0 lead for Vegas. Shea Theodore at 7:38 of the second period, directly out of the penalty box. A breakaway goal. That's all the scoring we have through 40. Donovan Marchessault rips one wide of Chris Drieger.
But a great couple of chances late in that period, Brendan. Could have extended that to a 2-0 lead.
Just 20-16, the shots on goal in favor of Vegas, who had 14 of those 20 shots in that middle period.
Dave Haxtell, Brendan, you mentioned those sort of back-to-backs facing the same team. Haxtell for Seattle said he doesn't mind those little mini-series. Increases the intensity, he said.
It gets you jacked up. You're playing against a team that's desperate for points to get into the playoffs.
Off the outside of the net from Jack Eichel. Eichel steps out and drags to the backhand, then spins around again, and Stevenson hit the apron. Down goes Soucy. That gives Eichel an extra second. Eichel leaves it there. Hutton came to it, but it was Stevenson instead. He's canceled out. Yanni Gourde stretched it ahead for Carson Kuhlman. Kuhlman, and then he was harassed by Hutton, and he lost the puck.
Great reach there by Hutton, no penalty.
Morgan over, and Kuhlman couldn't direct it on net as the pass a little far out in front of him. Morgan back to the net. No traffic, and it created a problem, though, for Thompson as it came back off the wall. Now Kuhlman again with a shot that's blocked by Hutton, and Chandler Stevenson races up ice for the Golden Knights.
That comes after a good chip in the offensive zone by Jack Eichel and the Vegas Golden Knights, but one quick counter play, and Seattle was on their way.
Derek Pouliot leads it on for Riley Shea, and he takes a hack there for Martinez, keeps on going. This one play to the boards for Waugh. Waugh fumbled the puck. Janmark had a tough time on it. White Cloud finally gets it away from the net.
Janmark had a hard time because Waugh knocked it off his stick. Hard enough stick handling around somebody when your own teammate's not knocking it off.
To the odds on the top of the screen from DraftKings Sportsbook. Donskoy put it in. Janmark turned it around. Waugh trying to go back to Janmark.
Ooh, that's got to go deep.
McNabb gloves it down. Janmark still out there at center, plays it off the boards to himself, and this time it is it.
Hey, Jennifer, at ice level, those lines are so important, huh? He's, what, 2 feet inside the blue line? Just get that puck in deep.
It's exactly it. In those key zones, you've got to make sure that you've got great decisions with the puck to get it where you need it to be.
Decision. Shoots it in, lost his stick, able to pick it back up before it even hit the ice.
It's magical. It's Harry Potter-ish.
Wenberg couldn't get a touch on that one, so it's icing against Seattle. Couple of chances there for Carson Kuhlman.
Yeah, Kuhlman showing some good strength here, and this is how quickly it happens. Yanni Gourde feeds him on the backhand, and he busts right through the middle of the ice, but a great defending play there by the defenseman, and that was Hutton that does so right there, reaches over there, knocks the puck off, and maybe was rolling off right there. Anyway, great defending play without taking a minor penalty. Look at the eyes of the goaltender, too. Logan Thompson, great focus on that puck.
Jordan Eberle a chance to skate into this one. Gets to center ice. He'll get it in. And this one lobbed back towards the Seattle net. There's bad news for the Vegas Golden Knights in terms of their quest to get into the Stanley Cup playoffs. They have finished regulation in Edmonton tonight. Kings and Oilers tied at 3. So the two teams that they're chasing in the Pacific are both getting points tonight.
Well, that doesn't happen very often this time of year when you're trying to catch up and the other teams have games in hand on you.
Every night.
It always seems to be the three-pointers.
Yanni Gourde trying to backhand it to the front. Yeah, see, I don't care as long as it's in regulation. Those never end in regulation, right?
They don't seem to.
Rats knocked it down with a high stick. And there'll be a face-off in the neutral zone in just a moment. And we will show you the face-off probability, part of NHL Edge IQ powered by AWS. AWS uses algorithms to process real-time information such as the player and puck location, as well as over 10 years of historical data like head-to-head matchups or a player's handedness to determine the probability of who will win the draw. 50-50.
Well, interestingly enough, Eichel took that face-off. He'd only taken one face-off through 40 minutes of play. Stevenson taking the majority of them, a natural centerman himself, but he's 75% on the dots. But Eichel won that cleanly.
Donov's pass corrected away from Stevenson, who's still able to gather it up. Chandler Stevenson locked arms there with Larson. Came away, and it's Rask and Kuhlman ahead for Seattle. Lofted into the zone. Tied up in the corner. 3 Knights, 2 Kraken. Donov. One hands it on for Stevenson. As Vegas will chip it in and go for a change with everybody but Donov. Oleksiak, who had a fight in the first period with Keegan Colasar.
This is a big boy bout.
This one lands down for Jan Bjork. Janmark waited for that puck to come to him. Pushed it deeper. Ron Bjork. Waugh in there as well. Ron Bjork. And now Janmark trying to make a quick cut on Oleksiak, who was having none of it. McNabb able to hold it in. Feed it behind for Janmark. Oleksiak and Janmark lock up again. Waugh steers it to McNabb. Braden McNabb took a look, made a pass outside the zone. It comes.
I think that was intended for Ron Bjork, not Ron Bjorgandy.
I'm Ron Bjorgandy. Ron Bjork tried to go between his skates that time. And Shane will take over.
Never put a question mark on the telephone.
Sprong will turn back around to regather. And as he's picking up speed, he'll leave it off. Changing sides of the ice, it's Donskoy with speed. Donskoy brings it around the net. Pouliot had pinched in, had to adjust to that pass. Sends it to the near circle for Sprong. Borgen, his shot blocked it away.
Well, he's very aggressive with that blocker, too. The goaltender, Logan Thompson. He just pounds that out, tries to get it beyond the guys that are there for the rebound.
Precision for Conklin. Trangelo spills down to the ice. Picked up by Borgen. Sprong for Donskoy. 1-on-5. Donskoy's stick broke as he took that shot.
Sprong gets it that time at the far blue. It's a few times that Sprong has gone to the far blue line to stretch out the zone for Seattle in the breakouts.
Another spring Sprong.
Dylan Coughlin's doing a good job on the right wing there on that shift, too. Don't spring Sprong if you can spring.
Icing called here. Big board of NHL action on the national scale. Isles and Jackets tomorrow at 7 on ESPN+. Panthers and Devils on the NHL Network this weekend, followed by Penguins and Avalanche on ABC. Sunday, Islanders and Devils at 4 p.m. here on TNT. Those are all Eastern time. McCann able to angle this one to center ice, but it's taken by Alec Martinez. Matteo drifts it around the back. Drieger out to greet it.
Simple play by Dunn for Seattle, just managing his gap really well to make sure that Vegas doesn't get the entry.
This is offside at the Vegas line. Logan Thompson, perfect so far on 18 Seattle Kraken shots. It's a 1-0 lead for the Golden Knights. Take a look, powered by the SAP Coaching Insights app. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. And he's got a microphone on to share it with us.
Go, Marcy, go, go, go. Halfway, LT, halfway. Need the D here. Quasi, need the D here. Need the D. It's a dream right there. What a play. You're right about that. We're waiting for that one for 10 years. Way to get.
The look on his face after he got back to the bench after 2 minutes and 25 seconds stuck on the ice. Amadio trying to bring that one to the net. Carlson marches so with a chance. Right out and they score! Michael Amadio followed it up and put it through. It's 2-0 Vegas.
After the first one was stopped, Drieger's on the ice. He's got his paddle down, and I thought he was going to be able to stop this kind of a blind backhand spinorama play by Amadio, the one-time Los Angeles King. But he's not able to get it. Neutral zone play, entry into the zone by the Golden Knights, and a nice little move there by Amadio. But here's the play there. As he's going on his knees, he swats it on his back after Marchessault is robbed with the glove. Watch the shaft of the stick of the goaltender. It misses the blade, might glance off the left pad. There. No, off the defenseman's stick right in front. Might have been going wide. Good break for Vegas, and they need them.
What a break, but also they maintained good presence around the crease to make sure there was a few of them there ready for those rebound opportunities.
The goal for Amadio, his 8th of the season. The guy cleaned off waivers from Toronto back in October. And it has given Vegas a little bit of breathing room here. It's 2-0 with 12.5 to go.
Well, let's go back to the goal that was scored, and we get another look at it. Watch Larson's skate, his right skate, and it's tilted, I mean, perfectly if you want to score off your skate and in the net. He's just trying to get himself positioned, and he doesn't see that coming underneath the goaltender. Kind of surprised everybody right there.
But if you get bodies in front of the net, you can make things happen. I remember you're in the first period for Vegas. That's what turned it around. They had 3 guys in front. They drew the first penalty of the game, and at that point, they were being well outshot by Seattle. So for them, getting those bodies in front to create some traffic makes good things happen.
Johnny Gord brings it into the crease, and it's pushed to the wall. Played out, Pullman with a shot. Thompson knocked it down. He's able to locate it and then get the glove hand down on top of it.
You've noticed that Thompson's gear doesn't quite match the gold and white as he makes a real good save right there, but he does have a set of gear that matches the white sweaters of the Vegas Golden Knights, but he's got on a roll here, going 4-2 in his last 6, wearing the Silver Knights colors instead. Goalies aren't superstitious at all. But my good friend Darren Millard, that does a great job with the Vegas Golden Knights, gave me that little tip, and him being a fellow goaltender,
Yep.
and a Manitoba guy as well, as you well know, Jennifer.
Thanks for the shout out, Panger.
You're welcome.
Manitoba appreciation.
Winnipeg's finest down at ice level with us tonight.
But I was looking at that silver gear thinking that's not matching up very well. These goalies, they have a lot more variations than certainly I did when I played. Old GMs back then, they had a count of all the dollars spent. There'll be one stick, one set of pads. You're not changing them.
A little different these days.
I'm sure Vegas is happy to support his routine, whether it's superstition or routine, to make him feel good.
Yeah, they just want to go 5-2.
They need points. I don't care what color the pads are. This one comes off the boards. Jack Eichel's got a beat on it. Eichel trying to push it along. Pouliot trying to stay with him. There's a broken stick there as well. Create a little bit of an issue for Eichel.
I like what Eichel was trying to do right there. He's trying to flip that over and use his speed to go wide and chase down his own puck. Here he comes again. He's got some better legs here in the 3rd period.
Sends one in the direction of Dylan Coughlin, who is a defenseman, but he's been playing a lot of wing here in this hockey game after Vegas was down to 10 forwards after 1 period. Here's Jordan Eberle. Turning and looking to the front, wanted Larson. It was William Karlsson defensively.
Great defensive play on the inside there.
Now Karlsson in the other zone. Karlsson, sharp angle shot stopped by Drieger. Quick exit for McCann and company. Pass was behind Eberle though. And McCann will stick it in deep. Almost halfway through this 3rd period. Vegas with a 2-0 lead. Goals from Theodore and most recently Amadio from Marchessault and Karlsson. Icing here.
Jack Eichel with that long skating stride, and he gets down here, his body, upper body quite upright there. That's where he tried to flip it over Pouliot's stick right there, and he was off to the races if so. He had the speed going on the outside, and Pouliot would have been caught.
Face-off win for the Kraken in the offensive zone. Gordy's centering feed intended for Rask was blocked. Rask comes to it, put a pass into some traffic. Marchessault spins it along. Amadio works it back his way.
Now Vegas can just push that puck in the offensive zone every time, be predictable to one another, and not waste a whole lot of energy.
Jack Eichel. Sharp angle shot, stop, rebound, fought forward side of the net. Jack Eichel More than 16 minutes of ice time in this one. Leads all Vegas forward. As Petrangelo will double back on him here.
We saw that shift with Petrangelo, a 2-minute and 25-second shift. He's used to chasing around Evelyn, Theodore, and Oliver at the house.
There's Eichel with a shot, and Drager left pad save as he looked over his shoulder. Lind for Donato. Carries it in, tried the toe drag, and he hit the skate of Petrangelo. Stretched on here, Stevenson. Chandler Stevenson shot it wide. Larson hurries it ahead. Geekie can't control.
That's a heck of a pass by Eichel. Nice flat saucer pass right on the tape to a streak at Stevenson, and Whitecloud goes in awkwardly right there.
Donato will be called for a penalty for it as Martinez comes over on him. Whitecloud gets up okay and joins the fray. And a penalty coming here for Ryan Donato. Caught Whitecloud in a tough spot. Vegas has made it 2-0 on the goal from Amadio. And we'll have a power play with 9:22 on the clock. For boarding, setting up the third power play of the game for Vegas.
Well, Ryan comes into the corner where Whitecloud is a right-hand shot, and it looked to me like Whitecloud was going to maybe stay on the forehand and then maybe cut back. It seems like it's a little awkward, but Stéphane Auger is with us. And what were your thoughts for when you were seeing it? All right, some technical difficulties there in getting him back, but obviously Whitecloud crumbled down. And I was thinking that he was going to stop and go to the backhand. It looked like there was a little uncertainty, so when Donato goes into him, it's the right call by the official, in my opinion anyway. I mean, it's obviously a boarding call, but I didn't think there was an intent to drill him in there violently into the boards.
It's in that danger zone, that spot in the corner, 5 feet away from the boards, where you just gotta be careful.
Yeah. Well, you either probably, Jennifer, you get in on one side or the other side, but if a player, like, he didn't stop quickly and change directions, but if a player does, that's very difficult for a guy that's already about to hit somebody to change their mind.
It is difficult, but these guys do make decisions that's, you know, in split seconds, so there might be just an element of restraint that you have to make in that situation, knowing the positioning of your opponent.
Yeah, just maybe leaning into him or do the old bear hug is a lot of players would like back in the game without getting a holding call. It's a safer play. I don't think Marchessault liked that play. Just guessing.
What are we? We're after midnight, aren't we, in the East Coast?
Absolutely.
We're okay. Vegas power play. Nothing happening so far for them as Carson Kuhlman short-handed works his way to the net. Tried to jam it in on the near post.
He's had some determined one-on-one efforts.
Just his 10th game of the season. He has missed lots of time with injury. Made his season debut mid-January. Played 5, got hurt, missed 18 more.
Good read there by Yanni Gourde.
Gourde one-on-one against Theodore. And Donskoy is an option. Donskoy has to clear the zone, so Gourde will play a little keep away here. 45 seconds left on the penalty to Ryan Donato. Thompson out of his goal.
Little frustration on the Vegas bench here. A little gate bang. I think they want to make a little more happen on the power play.
Carlson to Waugh. Petrangelo. Left side, Janmark. Janmark losing the tension. Fires over for Carlson. William Carlson from the hash marks. Carlson drifting to the goal line. Now to the top, Petrangelo. Petrangelo snaps one that was tipped. Along the way by Waugh. Coughlin couldn't feed that one through to Waugh. Donskoy a chance with it. Came to Alexiak, can't clear. Waugh with a shot off the blocker just as Donato comes out of the box. And Seattle has gone 3 for 3 on the penalty kill.
That was a very disciplined play by Waugh. Didn't look like he was doing a whole lot, but he stayed stationary in that bumper position, held his ground, caused a little interference on Riley Sheahan without getting a call against him, and allowed Petrangelo to get a shot, and then another play on the other side.
Wenberg chopping at it, coming away. And room to skate for Ronbjorn. Slows up. Ronbjorn working on Pouliot. Lost it along the edge of the goal. McCann up with it. Gains the line. His pass, though, is in the skates of Everly.
He stopped skating. went for a glide just before he entered the zone. I mean, that's where you got an odd man break. Get those wheels going and push the D off the line a little bit more to create a little bit more space.
You have the right idea of trying to look for the pass delay on the seam, but as you said, it didn't apply enough pressure on the defense first.
Carlson off a turnover with a shot knocked down by Drieger. He went down to the ice. His helmet is loose. Drieger, that is.
It is, isn't it?
Strap has come off his mask, but it's still on his head as Marchessault shoved off the puck.
Does he know it?
I don't know.
Yeah, he does. He's got to know it. He's got to feel it.
Rask over the line. Dunn had it in his skates for a moment.
I'm asking the play-by-play guy 300 feet away if he knows. Sorry, Brendan. Did you ask him?
Jennifer's down there. Jump out there. Oh, awkwardly into the boards when Theodore pumps back up over there. Oleksiak with a shot, and that one was muted by Dadonov. Came off the wall. Rask reaches to it. Hands off Oleksiak. Gord's parked in front. That shot sprayed off the glass. Gord knocked over by McNabb. And Stevenson gets the clear.
Like Yanni was looking for a call right there. Went down pretty easily.
Tough change for the D of the Golden Knights as that one snagged out of the air with a little bit of flash from Logan Thompson. 24-20 in the game is Logan Thompson. It's Chris Drieger with his helmet strap flapping in the wind. Golden Knights enough of a lead for now. Here's a look at our Mass Mutual dynamic duo, Ron Bjorg and Theodore.
Yep. Right out of the box, a perfect pass right there after Rask had turned that over in the offensive zone, and the Vegas Golden Knights take advantage of that all-important first goal of the game. And a nice little move there by Shea Theodore.
9th goal of the season for Shea Theodore. Played his junior hockey here in Seattle with the Thunderbirds of the Western Hockey League. Parents made the trip down, as they did so many times, from Langley, BC when he was playing junior hockey.
Beautiful drive.
Pacific Northwest, just a beautiful part. This little corner of the world.
And guys, during that commercial break, we see Jack Eichel just looking at the iPad, and he was the one that was extremely frustrated during that power play. And I feel like the sign of many of the best players in the league, they want to learn, they want to get better, and that's a constant for them. So that's exactly what he's doing. Looking at some of those plays in the power play, trying to figure out how they can get more sustained pressure on the power play. Wasn't impressed that Seattle had a number of clears when he was on the ice.
A little protection there on that right thumb as well. He got whacked in that game against Chicago and shaking his hand before he ends up springing loose and scoring a big goal in that game. I think he was watching Yellowstone, but if you're telling me he's watching a play, then I'm fine with that.
I had a good look. I can clarify.
Drangelo winds it around as we're inside of 5 minutes to play in the third period. Turnover. Eichel had that one get away from him. Gets it back alone. In front was Dadonov, and the pass went through him. Like he was already planning his move to the backhand, and that pass right under his stick. 4.5 to go. Donov's been on fire as of late. Goals in 4 straight, 8 points in those 4 games.
Overtime game winner, and that all-important 2 points against Chicago.
Sprong wiped down, trying to catch up to that one.
See Whitecloud back there.
This one hoisted out of the zone by Alec Martinez. Johnny Gord in over the line, met immediately by Whitecloud. Gord went down as well, drawing a reaction from the crowd as Dunn's pass to Sprong. Comes back to Larson instead. Sprong whips it wide. Donskoy settles it. Wrapped up by Lecision. Gord swings it for Borgen. Borgen back around. Donskoy. Borgen again. Sprong lets it go. That one into the glove of Thompson. The sound you heard of the post was the stick of Gord hitting the post.
But you talk about a determined effort by White Cloud. I mean, he was absolutely boxing out. This is playoff hockey. That's the mentality you have to have. Do not allow that forward to get on the inside. Here's the shot, but you can see White Cloud there. He's pushing Yanni Gourde out of the way, and even before that, it was an extended maybe 5-7 seconds. Yanni Gourde just couldn't get by the big fella, and that allowed the goaltender to come on out, challenge the shooter, and have no problems whatsoever.
Your AWS face-off probability, 50-50 on this one between Waugh and Sheahan. Advantage Sheahan.
Won that cleanly.
And down again, and here's Larson. Sheahan coming over. Pin there as we hit 3 minutes to go. Pulled out of the corner. Larson. And a shot from Susie, blocked by McNabb. Janmark trying to clear. Sheahan on him. Susie stepped up and puts it into the glove of Logan Thompson.
Yeah, relatively easy save right there from distance for the left-handed goaltender. And for Thompson, got off to a great start in this hockey game. On top of his crease, challenging. I mean, by now, when you've watched Logan Thompson, you know that he's a battler. He's a competitive goaltender. And certainly he's, you know, not fundamentally overly structured. He gets in that net and he looks like an athlete. He battles like an athlete, and 22 saves tonight. The other thing about when he played in Brandon with the Wheat Kings, I mean, Kelly McCrimmon was there, so as a 17-year-old, I mean, Kelly cut him, or at least the organization did, and said, you need to work on some things. And then he worked on it, got his confidence back, and he was right back up with the Brandon Wheat Kings.
And tonight he showed some real composure. Just watching him coming, you know, from the net to the bench and even warm up to here in the third period, showing some good poise and enjoying it, but staying focused. And to me, there's been a real composure to his limited experience in the league.
Yeah, he's got the Silver Knights equipment on.
That's what it is. That's the secret.
Logan Thompson's also the only goalie on the ice right now. Chris Drager has gone to the bench for the extra attacker for Seattle. Down by 2, 2:20 to play. Wenberg for Sprong. Dunn hangs onto it. Sprong over one-timer. Blast save. Rebound. They score! Jordan Eberle. And it's a one-goal game.
Well, as their head coach Dave Haxtell said, let's stay in the fight. And they are staying in the fight. Pulling the goaltender. Over 2 minutes to go, and Seattle's on the same page. Good entry into the zone by Wenberg. He protects the puck, plays it right back to the point. And now the setup's going to happen. Watch Eberle on that right side. He's always sliding into the quiet area. Boy, it looked like that World Junior Championship game-tying goal against Russia years ago with seconds remaining. He's always been one of those guys.
Immediately, Panger, Pete DeBoer said, hold on a second, let's take a look at the blue line.
Okay.
So they have already challenged this for offside, and the linesmen are on the horn to Toronto.
Well, that's quick decisions right there. We'll see Eberle here on the entry. And puck getting played to his... I'm going to say that's offside.
I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, I'm going to say that that right skate blade was ahead of when that puck... It's the entire puck. You have to see daylight between the blue line and the puck. And I believe that this is going to be no goal and take away the enthusiasm of this crowd.
Yeah, Eberle, I remember back in the first period, at the first shift, right? He had a
After the
chance in
coach's
that
challenge
same
to
position.
determine the play was offside, we have no goal. Please reset the clock to 2:21.
It was a quick decision by Pete DeBoer to challenge it. A quick decision by the linesman after they reviewed it. Here's one more look.
Yeah, Dave Rogowski, their video coach, too. And, you know, those are good decisions. It didn't pass the eye test right away. You're already looking at it. And the skate is clearly over the blue line. So if you're new to the game of hockey, the puck has got to go over first. And clearly, his skate blade, by just a couple of inches, maybe a half an inch, got over across the line before the puck did. It's a good call. It's the right call, and it's the right challenge by Pete DeBoer.
Who is now 4 for 4 on challenges this season. We should give credit to Pete DeBoer.
I always give the video guy.
Video staff as well.
Yep, exactly.
Tommy Cruz, their video coach. They review every single zone entry, looking for plays just like that. Icing call here against Vegas.
Well, that preserves something quite special. I won't say what it is for the goaltender, Logan Thompson.
And out of respect to you as a goaltender, I'll just point out that he has 2 of those in the American Hockey League.
In the American Hockey League, he does have 2 of those. Well, people must have said that word a lot when I was playing because I had 0.
2 minutes to play. 23 saves for Logan Thompson. McCann tossed it into the corner. Carlson, Pietrangelo towards an empty net, but Dunn got back there in a hurry to glove it down. Chopping at it is Gord. Wenberg runs into Eberle. Puck to Dunn, then to Sprong. Loads it up, shoots it around. McNabb right back where it came from. Pietrangelo and Wenberg are there. Off Gord's stick, Carlson shove. Petrangelo's pass jumps through Janmark. Janmark got a little more gas left in the tank here. And Dunn's been up there for a while pushing. And the one hand by Janmark, not enough. Yanni Gord will start it ahead. Many of these Kraken players have been out for almost 2 minutes pushing the game-tying goal, and we're out there when they thought, or excuse me, to get within one. We're out there when they did get within one momentarily. Oh, turnover inside the line. Donato in front of the net. Pietrangelo. He was going for the empty net. It was blocked. There will be no icing as it goes wide.
No, it hit Sprong's stick.
Donskoy into the skates of Martinez. And he'll just throw it back out. 40 seconds to go. Soucy couldn't shoot it in. It was blocked by Marchessault, and he is all alone. Marchessault puts it away with 26.5 on the clock. 26th of the season for Jonathan Marchessault. And Vegas up 3 late.
And they're going to snap a 7-game losing streak on the road as well, as Marchessault gets an easy one here. He puts on the Jets, makes sure he finishes it off in the middle of the net. And a big win for the Vegas Golden Knights. They will now go to 78 points, 13 games remaining, and that's going to be the Achilles heel for Vegas right now as they wait for some players to come off IR, wait for their #1 goaltender to get back in action, although he's backing up in tonight's game. In the meantime, Logan Thompson doing an excellent job in goal. I love these stories. I think they're phenomenal for anyone that's never been drafted or has hopes and dreams of being an NHL player, no matter what position. Look for Logan Thompson, because I think he's a pretty darn good example.
And you know Leonard's going to be happy for him too.
Yep, he sure will be.
2 years ago, Logan Thompson was playing in the ECHL. Tonight, he's got his first shutout in the National Hockey League. 23 saves in a 3-0 win over Seattle.
And Jake Leschyshyn grabs that puck. He's going to give it to Martinez, and Martinez will wait and give it to the goaltender, and that's one that you just keep forever. Congratulations. Former Brandon Wheat King, Brock University. Cut from Adirondack. My goodness, what a ride.
Well, the Vegas Golden Knights need points. They get 2 of them. A 3-0 shutout win to open up a 2-game set with the Seattle Kraken. Our final score tonight, 3-0 Vegas over the Kraken. For Darren Peng, Jennifer Montrell, and the rest of our crew, I'm Brennan Burke saying goodbye from Seattle. When we come back, Liam McHugh and the guys take over from the studio. Vegas victorious tonight on the road.